I love it on the Bluff. I will take any opportunity I can to come to Clinton Community College because I love this place. And we're here on the 10th day of November 2010. Very special day for a lot of reasons. And Donna Dixon is one of them as the ladies soccer coach.
How you doing?
How are your feet on the floor?
The feet haven't touched the floor since Sunday, so it's pretty cool.
In case somebody's been living under a rock lately, tell them why we're here, Donna.
The Clinton Community College women's soccer team are the Division III national champions. So that's why we're here.
How you've been coaching? How long have you been coaching?
Too long. No, I'm just kidding.
After this, you may need a hiatus.
13 years soccer coach.
And was there a dream back? You always hope to win some kind of championship.
As a kid, you watch TV, and you want to sing the songs and cheer at the end of the game, and we've won a couple championships here in our conferences and stuff, but never a regional championship. That was the first thing. And then when you win a national championship, there's no words. There's no words for it. It's just the whole ride home. Everybody was just going, "Wow." We just won a national championship.
We have pretty good elevation up here on the bluff. We can see all over Lake Champlain, and we can see this place from a long ways away. But the elevation has just gone up about 10,000 feet with this championship. Calvin agrees with me, and I have long been a supporter of Clinton Community College and of community colleges in general. They've been a boon for many of our young people. And how many successful business people and friends do you know who started right here at Clinton Community College? But doesn't this put another notch in the rung?
Absolutely, absolutely. The community colleges have, when I first started working here, there was, a way about it. People, it wasn't a big thing, I'm going to Clinton, no big deal. Lately it's been, and it hasn't been just the athletics, it's been everything. The economy, the community, Clinton is looking at as a #1 choice instead of a last resort. And this is just really going to help us. It's going to help us, our enrollment, I hope. It's going to help our name. We're out there, we're in the nation, we're Clinton Community College, New York, and we're known in the nation now. And I think it's also going to help our recruiting for sure.
Soccer in general is joining the ranks of the elite in our country after being the #1 sport in so many other countries in the world for such a long time. Yeah. And now, ladies soccer is climbing the ladder.
It sure is, and it starts with the little leagues, the town leagues, the little leagues, the football clubs, the Soccer United. It starts with all the travel leagues that we have in the area now, and then the high schools. The high schools have really stepped up their level of play, not only in our area, but also in state play, state finals. Teams from the area are getting to the state finals, and that's something that's been very, very good for us because there are a lot of talented soccer players. We have 14 out of 17 players are all local kids, and that says something about the local coaches in the local area.
It's not easy to put a team like this together, and I want to say that it's 99% expertise, but I know that you got to have just a little tiny element of luck involved to get a bunch of ladies who are so spectacular that they can kick it all the way across the country.
Yep, and it's word of mouth too. The 2-year school, the turnover rate in players is very high. People graduate, they transfer, they come for a semester. This year's group is just a special group. We've had great teams in the past, and we've gone to the Final Four in the regional. We've never gone past that, but this year's group has just been a special group, and you recruit kids, and kids came to us and said we want to play, and it just happens. It's not like I go out and look for obviously I go out and look for really good soccer players, and that's what my job is. But to get a group that came together and played together as a team was just, that's them. That's all them. We could teach them and run them until they're, they can't run anymore, and teach them the techniques and stuff. But if they don't play together as a team, they're not going to win the big games.
You know, recruiting is such an important factor, and it's hard enough for four-year schools. But as you just mentioned before, you don't have them for a long time,
Right.
so you can't raise them from the time they're 9 years old.
No, it's tough. It's tough to get, to get kids and keep them here. That's the big thing. They want to go out and do better, bigger and better things, and academics come first with these guys. We've got 5 presidential scholarship winners on this team.
Boy, isn't that worth
and that's
tooting the horn about?
Yeah,
Don't you love it,
that's
huh?
great. That's great. It's a good thing, and that's going to help us. But the community college, helping and saying, if you've got the grades as a junior, you can get free tuition, and we definitely got a couple kids that we probably wouldn't have because of that, and so the college has definitely contributed to our success, for sure.
So how many scouts from big schools have been watching you all season?
Not many, we still don't get a whole, we don't get a whole lot of big schools coming up in the North Country to recruit the kids. However, we did get a few colleges come talk to me down at the national tournament.
Of course they do.
From Miami, one in particular.
Oh, come on.
And he was very excited, and it was his first, he's a new coach, so it was his first time coming, seeing the national tournament, and I had a great conversation with him, and in fact, I wanted him to take me back with him because it was much warmer, but we've had a little bit more exposure than most people.
We're talking with Donna Dixon, who is the coach of this Sterling ladies soccer team. Tell me about the season now, from beginning to end.
We started out a little rough. We started out 2-2. We lost to Herkimer and Jamestown early on. We made some adjustments, and as one of my players, I guess they've gone.
They said she's going to talk till 4 o'clock.
We definitely stepped up after that. We made some changes, and we had a meeting with the girls, and we said, they started seeing some difference, some changes in themselves, and we said, my assistant coach Mel Defiant said, we're going to raise the bar, ladies. Do you think you can match it? Every game we're going to raise the bar. And one of our kids, Katie McIntosh, said, Coach, you can raise it as high as you want, and we'll be there. And every game after that,
Don't you love it?
Every game after that, they raised the bar, and they continued. They raised the bar in our championship game. They didn't settle for, these guys told me they're going to win you a regional championship, and they did. We're going to get you to the nationals, and they did. And when we got there, they didn't go there just to enjoy the time there. They were, and the whole time we were there, our motto was, we're in it to win it, and they did.
So next year's salary for you and for the boss over in the corner is going to be at least double.
Oh, I hope so.
I don't know who's working on your contract. We're trying to get Jeter back with the Yankees. So it boiled down to the game against Geneseo.
Yep.
Tell me about it.
It was great. It was great. Genesee Community College. Yep.
Geneseo.
In the nation, the Region 3 is our region is the most competitive. So they decided a couple years ago to send 2 teams from our region to the Nationals instead of having a playoff and only sending 1 team. So they were in one bracket, we were in the next. And we had a feeling that we'd be meeting them. Obviously you don't know what's going to happen. That first game for us was big in the tournament to get past the Minnesota team. And then the Texas team, we dominated that game, and we're in great shape, and that's another thing that really helped us, playing 3 games in 3 days. So Mel and I stayed after our Saturday game and watched Genesee, and we made a couple adjustments. We didn't want to change anything, but we made a couple adjustments just because we needed to put different people on a couple of their girls, and we were nervous. We were very nervous. And we got there, and we tried to keep them, we tried to keep the kids as relaxed as possible because we wanted them to enjoy the moment, And we told them, no matter what happens, you're number 2 in the country. And they told us that's not good enough. So we said, okay. So they went out, and the first 10 minutes were a bit scary because Genesee carried most of the play. But then we scored. We got an opportunity, and we scored, and then we saw our level step up a little bit. And then we got another great opportunity and scored, and our level went up, our intensity went up. And we gave 1 goal away on a PK. So it's 2-1 at halftime, and all we told them was 45 minutes. You're in it to win it, 45 minutes. And then they put a third goal in, and at halftime, we've been saying all year long that we haven't gotten the respect that we deserve because we have been beating the top teams, and we haven't been getting the respect that we deserved. And at halftime, one of the songs was R-E-S-P-E-C-T by Aretha Franklin, and the other song was Chicken Fried by Zach Brown Band. And those were our two songs. And we just kind of looked at each other and went, it's meant to be.
You know, when you go over the top like this, next year's not going to be a letdown, Donna, is it?
No, we're going to come. We're coming back strong, and we're returning a lot of kids. And
are you really? Some of these ladies going to come back?
Yep, they're coming back, and we're still working on a couple other girls that might be transferring out, but we're working on them, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we know how that goes too.
You take one game at a time, Ducky.
That's great. Gordy too.
Gordy too.
Ducky.
Whatever.
Anyway, now, are you originally from this area, Donna?
Yes. Yep. I graduated from Beavertown High School.
Oh, you did.
And I went to Plattsburgh State.
Best 6 years of her life.
She keeps telling me that. That's wonderful.
Yep.
So here you are after this many years, right at the top of the heap, and everybody's flying high. We're actually here in the day before Veterans Day 2010, the big event coming up later this afternoon, as we speak. What's that all about?
The college is putting a ceremony on for the Lady Cougars and the coaching staff. We're going to have some speakers, some president, vice president. We're going to have legislators and the board of directors coming and speak, and then we're going to have a PowerPoint presentation. We're going to have an unveiling of the trophy. So it's going to be a pretty good hour. We're pretty excited.
Each girl gets to take it home for 2 days, right?
No.
Oh, you know what? You watch the Stanley Cup every year going flying through the air. I don't know how it survives.
No, they can come into my office and in the cage and hang out with it for a little bit if they like.
Let's talk a little bit for those people who may be watching this program about this wonderful athletic facility and the whole staff here.
It's beautiful. The facility is beautiful. The staff here has been tremendous. Dr. Rohenbeck, he's our athletic director, and he's been completely supportive this whole time. In fact, he came with us on the trip, and I think he was more nervous and had more fun than we did. But it's great to have the support from your supervisors. Dr. St. Aj is our vice president for student affairs, and President Jablonski have really stepped up, and it's
good guy, isn't he?
Yeah, it's great.
There's the raise, right?
Yeah,
there it is, baby. We've got a
it's hard to come up with a lot of money and a little bit of time to send us to nationals, and they came through. And the faculty and the college faculty here, the students here have really embraced this, and really, it's been wonderful for the college community and also the North Country because of our local kids. I had 100 emails, and I'm still getting them from some people I don't even know who they are, and it's just a ride.
Now, you told us that you were going to try to get some video of that last
I'm working on it.
That will be a real charm.
I'm working on it.
And I saw Mo Connell a few minutes ago, and she said Jeff traveled with you.
Oh, yes, Jeff Jeff was great.
He loves to take pictures.
Oh, he's putting a huge photo diary together of when we left at 3 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, all the way through. And it was great. It was great to have him on the trip. And Mo has done, behind the scenes work. She's just a great,
they're very good, wonderful
great people.
Young people and dear friends and almost blood relatives.
Yes,
so we have to give them a little shot. Isn't that wonderful when you can do that? Donna, we want to talk to some of the kids. We want to talk to Todd. We want to do a lot before we finish here today. Thank you so much for Chapter 1. We can't wait to see what the future brings.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay, these are the true stars. Take a look. See those winning smiles? And you earned every single one of them. Who are you?
Kim Dragoon.
And?
Shawnee Tremblay.
I'm so glad to meet you, ladies. with all the giggling and jumping up and down and running around. Was it worth it, all the hard work?
Yes, it was very worth it.
Absolutely. It was awesome.
Are you guys both from this area?
Yes.
Where are you from?
I'm from Altona.
Ta-da!
Scioto.
Oh, Irone, Altoni, Sione.
From Shazy.
See that? Calvin is a peanut. He'll know everywhere you've been for the last 16 years. Have you both played soccer since you were little kids?
Yep, since I was 4.
No kidding, you too?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
And what made you choose Clinton Community College in the first place?
Well, I got a scholarship
We
here.
both got the presidential scholarship, so.
See?
It helped make our choice.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Now, are you freshmen or are you
Sophomores.
both
Yep.
sophomores?
Yep.
And what's next year going to be like? Do you know? Have you made any decisions yet?
I'm in the nursing program, so I'll be here for another year.
Oh, that's wonderful. Bless you. And you?
I'm not sure where I'm headed yet. I don't know.
Well, who knows? The big guys will be knocking at your door.
If you're struggling, tell them your GPA.
What is it? What is it?
It's like a 3.9.
It is.
It is.
0.9.
Yeah, I never got a 3.9.
Yes, you did. They added all the semesters up.
Oh, yeah, they did. But kindergarten was really, really rough. I would have been in first grade, but I was sick a year. Boom. That's wonderful. Congratulations for that. We like bright scholars, but we love lady soccer players, and there are lots of people who listened to the local media and read your reports in the paper every time you played, who never saw a soccer game in their life. And isn't it wonderful that you can introduce the sport to old people like me and to other people who just like success when they see it in their own hometown?
That's
So-
really nice.
Was there ever a doubt in your mind at all about how the season was going to turn out?
No, from the beginning, we seemed like a very strong team and fast, very fast.
Yeah, we knew we had a lot of potential. We worked really well together. So we started off a little shaky, but I think that kind of motivated us to do better.
I think you motivated your coach before you were finished with the season.
Yeah.
Did she holler a lot during that last game?
Yeah, she lost her voice.
Till she lost
If
her
anybody is watching this program today and they saw the interview we just did with Coach Donna Dixon, it sounds like Gordy Little after 70 hours on the radio back in the olden days, and my voice never recovered, so I hope yours does. But for everybody, I think it was worth it.
Yes.
Yeah, it was. Absolutely.
I want to thank both of you for your contribution in many ways to the North Country and to the game of ladies soccer here in
Thank you.
Clinton. You're both terrific. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. I once wrote a children's book called Sparkles and Shiner. And I'm also old enough, even though no one else in this room is, to remember the Our Gang comedies and the old movies way back when, and the dog with the big black eye. Yeah. And when I walked up the stairs today and I looked at you, I said, uh-oh, she didn't make it through that last door. Who are you?
I am Katie McIntosh.
Katie McIntosh, what happened to your eye?
Well, it was in the first game, and me and this girl were going up for a head ball that just got put in the 18, and we both clearly missed. And we just nailed each other in the head.
You didn't get knocked out?
No, she had to get off the field, but I stayed on.
Ooh, that makes it way better for you. I've never been able to understand how you keep from getting 17 concussions every time you play.
I don't know.
That's-
It's a rough game.
Of course, if you were hard-headed like Gordy Little, that would be no problem at all. Who are you?
I'm Kelly Lucia.
Hi, Kelly. Where are you from?
I'm from West Shazy.
Everybody, all
It's like
north-
the town of Altona.
Ta-da! And you are?
I'm Ashley Lamberton from Morse Forks.
Of course, how could, with that name, you had to be from Moore's Forks. So you guys also have played soccer just about all your lives. Somebody was throwing a soccer ball out for you to kick around when you were, what, 3?
Definitely.
Yeah, all of you?
Yeah.
Was there any other sport that you liked better than soccer when you were growing up? Any of you?
Not at all.
No.
Oh, come on. Wait a minute. Hold it.
We've played other
That may be
sports.
the last time you get to touch it, so enjoy it. Clutch it. Hold it tight. Look at this. Oh, man. Was that presented to you guys right after the Genesee game?
Yeah, to the captains.
To the captains? And who are the captains?
Shawnee and Kim Dragoon.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
Yeah.
Is that where the smile started?
Yeah.
Yeah, the smile started when the last gun went off and you knew the game was over,
Oh
right?
my God, yeah. The game lasted forever, it felt like.
Soccer is a crazy game, a crazy and wonderful game. But since most good games are very low scoring, sometimes you don't know what's happening until that last moment when you can't seem to get another breath.
Yeah.
You know, your coach told us in an interview a few minutes ago that you guys were in exceptional condition. How important is conditioning for this game?
It's very important. You have to have a lot of endurance. Unlike me, though, I'm the goalie. I don't have much endurance. But these two had to have
you can
it.
jump 14 feet in the air.
I am
And your
only-
arms are 8 feet long.
Yeah. But it's very important to have the conditioning, and she pushed us hard. She did,
That's what coaches do best.
we had team runs, even though sometimes they were hikes. But it's a lot. It's a lot of work.
Do you
It's a lot of
agree?
fun.
Yeah, I agree.
How could you not agree? Have you always been in shape all your life?
Pretty much. I was a pretty active kid, so
I can,
Yeah.
I can tell. But goalies, don't ever underestimate what that goalie has to do. We were talking with somebody a while ago who knows somebody who's a goalie, and you know it's hard not to blame yourself when you get a goal scored against you.
That's true. It's hard. You think it's yourself, but technically you have to go through other people to get to you.
What's the biggest lesson you learned by winning this tournament?
I don't really know. Probably that you have to just trust your team and everyone has to work together in order to win.
You know, I would say winning is a great confidence booster.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's good for you. It's good for the coaching staff. It's good for the school. It's
for
good.
them.
It's good for the whole North Country, and you know what? It's good for the game of soccer.
Yep.
I don't know if I will
I know, Clinton.
ever get over this picture right here. This charming, young, beautiful woman with her eye just as black as. Does it hurt?
No,
Put a steak on it, for goodness. No.
it doesn't hurt anymore. Like, I don't know, it's just black and blue now.
How many injuries did you have during the year?
I had none.
And
I had a couple bruises,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I can't really complain.
how can you not have bruises? I mean, if you're delicate, you shouldn't be playing the game of
right.
ladies soccer because there's a lot of contact whether you like it or not. If not with the ball, with the ground, with the head.
The
So-
eye.
So what's for all of you? What's for next year for you?
This is my second year. I'm transferring to a different college. I'll be graduating in May. So I'm not sure where I'm going, but
So you can play more soccer.
oh yeah, definitely.
You got the juices going now, and you can't stop. How about you?
I'm coming back next year. I'm gonna be playing soccer.
Oh,
Yep.
isn't that fantastic? And
I am going to be coming back as well and playing soccer for Donna.
we can't wait to see what this team is going to be like in 2011. Did you ever think about possibly coaching in the future, any of you?
Little League. I thought about that.
Yeah.
Really?
I've always wanted to.
Well, you know, you've inspired me just standing here and, of course, watching you and paying attention to your games all year long. So I'm sure you'll be just perfect with another generation of kids if you get the opportunity.
Definitely. I would love to coach.
Well, I once again, my personal congratulations to all of you and best of luck with everything you do.
Thank you.
There it is, right there. See you later. I love it. Well, we had to work our way up to the top, but we finally got there. Todd Roenbeck, how are you?
Good, sir. Thank you very much.
This has got to make you one proud guy to be athletic director at this school right now,
I will always,
this moment in time.
what I will remember and always think about, is especially with the women of the team, is will always be a comma after our names, and that'll be national champion. A lot of things in your life you can have taken away from you. This isn't one of them. This, right? This is theirs forever. It's a wonderful thing. And I hearken back to, it's just about 19 years ago, and I see Mr. Castine when the building opened, 19 years ago next
That
week.
can't be possible.
It's possible.
We
And
were all here
when
for
we
that
speak
ribbon
about-
cutting.
Your son was in the first group of people I hired.
Oh, my
Mr.
God.
Castine came here with Mr. Venn, And,
Isn't that
and
wonderful?
right? And it threw in the first three-pointer, and I think of the, so, you know, when we talk about support, and what I recognize everybody, Clinton County, you don't often hear that. What a great place to live with the support. But 19 years ago, and still coming back, is Mr. Castine, still taking pictures. That was, for me, I don't know about him, but 22 years ago or 19 years ago, then when the gym opened, and 75 pounds ago, and I still see that. It still runs on the loop.
75 pounds.
Yeah, it still runs on the loop.
You want to
Still
do some
runs on
belly
the loop.
bumping here today.
Every once in a while. So when you talk about support for a community college and for a great county, that's an example of it. 19 years ago, I think in about 2 weeks, we're here and interviewed, and here I am this much time later. At the time, I had no comma after my name. I was Todd Rowanbeck, young guy. What's he going to do?
That used to work for me about 50 years ago.
So,
Yeah, but there's no way for us to even describe the pleasure you feel now at,
I can only
at the
tell you-
accomplishment of this team.
I can only tell you what happened when my eyes were open, and that was I sat in a corner by myself. I found a patch of sun, and saw some of the. It is, you know, you want to say some of the best soccer. It was the best soccer that you could see at this level. The girls play very well. There's a talent, and they're cliches and things that people say often, but when you see 3 games in a row, 5 with the playoffs, winning regionals, where they pick up for each other, and there's never a negative comment from player to player. Never, why didn't you? It was good soccer with a recognition of how the game is played correctly, which then goes back to, as Ms. Dixon spoke about, where these girls growing up got their coaching, and also must be recognized, local high schools, the coaching at the high schools around here, it's the best. And not just here. I mean, when we say local, we're looking at Clinton County, but we have women from Willsboro and Westport and Parishville, and one from Long Island. But within Clinton County, I'm not sure the high school coaching is any better than what you'll find here.
That's a great tribute to this entire area. You know how much we love it. We spend all this time talking about it, and this is living proof.
This is living proof. I'm from New Jersey, and big area, and I didn't see anybody from New Jersey at the tournament, right?
I love it.
It was.
I love it.
It was Clinton County Community College, and the 5 women you just saw grew up together, were coached in this area. We're fortunate enough to then, you know, they didn't plateau from that. They come here, and then Donna and Mel step in, and you just reach the next level of coaching.
It's hard to foresee something like this like 5 years ago.
It was hard to see every year I'm here. I will always say one of the things I'm most proud of is that in my 22nd year, I can say that there have been 1,000 local students, more than that plus, who had the opportunity to play college sports. From Clinton County alone. I wasn't that good, and I never played a college sport. Wish I was that good, but somehow Ohio State was not looking for a quarterback or a center fielder who couldn't play. And you don't foresee it, and you say, well, I'm glad for what I have. I'm a lucky person to be here.
We say that about ourselves
And
every
then-
day
but-
when we wake up, you know?
But there's something as well to be said about that cherry that you put on top of the sundae.
Oh,
Wow, this
yeah.
isn't so bad. I'll take more cherries.
We'll take more of those, and next year we can have all the girls holding one.
Maybe next
Let's-
year she doesn't win next year. Maybe this might be her last time. And
Just who knows?
so who knows now?
Well, let's talk about the season and some of the games they play, because sometimes it's not a straight line from game A to the end of the line.
What I would like to say is the region that we play in, it's Region 3 of the National Junior College Athletic Association, is the strongest region in the country. California plays in their own. So you have schools from all over the country, 26 schools just here. And what you have to get through is the toughest schedule. 2 regional games. We had to play in the semifinal Jefferson Community College, and in the final we beat, of the region, we beat Finger Lakes Community College 1-0. And the same score we beat them during the year. The first time we beat them during the year, they were number 1 in the country. Got a phone call late at night from Donna. How does it feel, Todd, to beat the number 1 team in the country? Did the same thing again in the regional finals to allow us, that we played in Tompkins Cortland Community College, to allow us to go to the Nationals. And the national tournament was a 3-day tournament. Win the first day and you go on. You can end up first or fourth, lose the first day, and the best you can do is fifth. Shut down a very good team from Rochester, Minnesota,
Oh, yeah.
2-0.
Yep.
2 goals in the first half. Then beat Texas, and in something that unusual for us, the women's team gave up a goal within 4 minutes, fixed that quickly, and scored the next 4 goals, and everybody got to play a lot, so 4-1, and that put us in the final against the next #1 team in the country that they had to play, which was Genesee Community College, #1 in the country, had only given up 4, 5, 6 goals for the whole year.
Come on.
All right?
I did
Something
not
like
know that.
No, only a handful of goals
Ooh.
while scoring a lot more. And they played very well. I'm not a soccer person like Donna, but when you go out and you see that the team you're going to be playing is playing tic-tac-toe with the ball, and Clinton came out and scored. I don't want to say right away, but within 20 minutes, I think, Donna put a next one on there, and the tenor of the game changed. An unfortunate handball brought the score to 2-1 at the end of the first half. Came out the second half like no sitting, on their haunches, hoping. Very tough, played well, went up 3-1 and gave up a goal with 1:19, and I can't tell you what happened the last 1:19 because my eyes were closed and my fingers were under my ears. I'll have to watch the tape.
It's all a blur. Talk about us in a state of shock.
So they had to win 5 games, 5, one and done. You are, win and you stay, and lose and you go home. Every one of them, and they weren't games where you could sit back and relax. They played 5 of the toughest teams in the country. 2 #1 teams in the country over the course of time, a team from Texas, a team from Minnesota, Jefferson Community College by Fort Drum. Very, very tough schedule.
I don't know how any of you can wipe the smile off your face when you're sound asleep at night. People walk through the room and wonder, what the heck are they dreaming about now? But it's really just such a fabulous feeling.
It's a night just to come here and say, sometimes I don't think about it, and you watch TV and you watch football on Saturday, and they talk last year they were national champions, and you think that must be great.
Yeah.
And then you say, no, wait a minute. We are one. The women are one. The institution itself is one. And then you come back and you think that's great. What else can be so good? And you come back, and the community and the college and the administrators and the faculty and the staff who've been emailing us, and then you have more. You don't get tired. You just don't get tired of it.
I don't want to take any wind out of the sails for this ladies soccer team today because they deserve all the accolades we can pile up from here to the ceiling. But there are other sports at Clinton as well.
We have men's soccer. We just have hired a new men's soccer coach right through the season, Zach Epler. His father coaches at Seton Catholic.
Yep.
He was a CVAC All-Star there. Kevin Doherty, a 300-game winner at PHS in Clinton men. Donna coaches women's basketball. Matter of fact, she has a game tomorrow night, and we had to reschedule a game so she could go to the tournament.
Don't you love it?
Tom Neal has been coaching our baseball here for 20 years. Local high school hero, went on to all-time winningest left-handed pitcher, and then Donna will do a softball with me this year. So, and the coaches have been here a long time, and local players, local coaches, people who recognize, the importance of athletics and what it can do for
There's a great history on this, Bluff, and a lot of that history was written long before Clinton Community College was even a dream. But now you have your own chapter, Mr. Todd.
Nobody else will say, perhaps it's important. I think some of us may have heard of William McKinley, president. I don't think that will be William McKinley stayed here once. No,
Yeah.
The women's soccer team won. Oh, and by the way, there was a chap named Mr. McKinley and another by the name of Babe Ruth who stayed here.
Yeah, Babe Ruth played a little golf right next door.
Yeah, he did,
but
but the women's team was the national champions.
So this is a proud day for you. It's been a proud day ever since that game. Did you sleep that night?
Off and on, because when the game was over, we had to get on the bus, and we drove
did you really?
and we didn't get. It seemed like a mile before we got caught in traffic for an hour, and the first hour of celebration was right outside a couple of things. I think there was an accident, and the Ravens had just finished playing.
Oh,
the
gosh.
Baltimore Ravens. So the first hour we celebrated by looking out, and nothing changed. We just looked out the window.
Oh.
While this, and I have to say, did I know that? Did the women know that? Probably not, because the ones who had their cell phones put the light on, and they had the program which had the picture of the rings. And all they talked about for that hour was they were all covered in blankets. We want this one, we want this one. I asked them, you want blue or you want orange? They want diamond. I said, I don't think that's a color. I said, that's not a color, but it is to them. And so.
That's fabulous. Donna,
what
come
we
on
did.
back over here. Come on over, Jeff. I want to talk to you for a second.
Jeff.
Come on, get over here.
Come on.
Jeff Connell, my good buddy. We can talk dogs, we can talk computers, we can talk anything
We
we
can talk
want
about
to.
him staying with me for the week in my room and some of the things I've learned, but that's for another show.
Oh, my
Late night television right here. Jeff Connell, we thank him very much.
Absolutely.
His wife is the assistant here to the athletic department, and there will be a history of this was done because Mr. Connell went.
We've had a few parties together, haven't we, huh? I didn't get my 75 pounds by pushing
Yeah.
away from it. Donna, I wanted to ask you about, you said something really quickly about a new soccer field,
Yes.
and it caught my attention.
Yes, we are definitely, we've secured the money with a lot of pushing and shoving and a lot of support from the administration. Secured the money that now we'll be getting a new soccer field. I think we're still getting bids. Is
It's
that?
going to bid out,
We're-
and it won't be a new field, it'll be bigger and better.
Yep.
It's just what they deserve.
There's a lot to be said about bigger and
Absolutely.
Bigger
better.
and better.
That's terrific, Jeff. Just over a second, get over here.
Jeff, you can
How are
breathe.
you, my boy?
I'm fine. How are you, Gordy?
You've always loved to take pictures from the first moment I've met you. He's made family calendars for how many years?
Oh God, 6, 7.
A long time. And how many pictures did you take of this soccer program this year?
Of the program,
Of the kids, the games?
I wouldn't even. I took about 3,000 just this week. Just this week.
Come on.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah.
So what, you're going to put it in a book? Or how are you going to do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna package a couple CDs, DVDs, and some books if they would like them. Yes.
I love it. Just keep that camera going. Maybe you can buy a new one for next year. You've already probably got the best one you can buy.
Oh, there's always one better. You know that.
Yeah. Mo's in there saying, oh, yeah, I know him. I know that guy. How's your dogs doing?
Wonderfully.
I
Wonderfully.
love it.
They love this weather. You know, it gets colder outside, and they like to be out in the cold. So.
Yeah. Donna, I want to thank you so much for talking with us. The best is yet to come. Oh, you got the roster?
Yeah.
We want to hear all
Zoom
about
in
it?
on it, or do you want me to tell you?
Yeah. We want
Okay.
you to talk
All right.
about it.
All right.
As long as you got
17
three more
players.
voices
Well, I'm
left.
all right. 17 players. Shawnee Trombley from Shazy. Autumn Irwin from St. Lawrence. Jacqueline Bowen from Saranac. Brooke Prey from Ausable. Katie McIntosh from Saranac. Brooke Waite from Parrishville. Morgan Rusi from Shazy. Chelsea LaRose from Plattsburgh. Ashley Lamberton from Champlain. Kelly Lucia from Beatmantown. Jade Sayward from Willsboro. Danielle Smith from Tattonville, which is in Staten Island.
Oh, yeah.
Kim Dragoon from Altona. Lindsay Shine from Bradford, Pennsylvania. Codia Holland from Willsboro. Aaron Sullivan from Peru. And Molly Bowen from Saranac.
You know, as Todd said, that's a tribute to the coaching and the high school hockey and the little kids hockey programs here in the North Country.
Soccer, too. Not just
Not
hockey.
soccer. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it
But,
is a
you know,
tribute. Yeah, absolutely.
It really is to the soccer programs for the young people all the way through high school. The fact that you hardly had to burn any recruiting gas in your vehicle to go and see these kids. Staten Island and Bradford, PA, just nice little runs
Yep,
from here.
yep.
But most of those kids were born and brought up and played hockey from the time they could walk.
Yeah,
and
they-
soccer. I don't know what hockey got into my head.
And soccer.
And soccer. Yeah, hockey's big too.
Yes,
You know,
it is.
we're delighted to see the hockey program over at Plattsburgh State, ladies and men's hockey too. But now is the day for the lady soccer players and coaches to shine.
Yep.
So exactly what will be happening this afternoon when the public and everybody gets here?
Well, let me grab a agenda real quick.
All right, we'll stop for a second. Okay, you got a program.
I do have a program. They did it up. They've done a lot of work in 2 days trying to get this thing together. My assistant, Mel DeFiat, is going on vacation for 10 days to Florida, leaving tonight, so we were hoping...
When are you going?
Thanksgiving.
Oh, are you?
No, I'm not.
Give her a day.
Yeah, when I get some time off.
We're going to take a long lunch hour time. I love it.
So we wanted to, try to get this in while she was still here, and they did a great job putting it together. So, Steve St. Onge, Dr. Steve St. Onge is presiding. They'll be welcomed by John Jablonski, our president. There'll be greetings from Nina Coolidge, who is Clinton County chairperson of the Clinton County Board of Trustees. Remarks by Molly Ryan, who is representing Congressman William Owens. Janet Dupree, Assemblywoman. Teresa Sayward, Assemblywoman. Bernie Bassett, Town of Plattsburgh Supervisor. David Schwartz, who's representing our faculty council here at Clinton Community College. My assistant Mel will be speaking. She doesn't know it yet, but she will soon.
Oh, boy.
Myself. Then we'll have a video presentation that Jeff Connell put together. And then Todd will have an unveiling of the trophy. And
Too late, we already unveiled.
I know, we did. Closing remarks by Dr. Steve St. Onge, and then we'll have a cake and a punch and reception and cheese and crackers.
We've seen a lot of nice things happen, a lot of nice programs and things in this building, including a number of graduations. But this has got to be one of the most exciting days for me to see this happen, to follow you all year long, to finally have a chance to shake your hand and congratulate you, because I know what terrible torture it is for a coach to keep the kids going. But in talking with the kids, I think it was mutual. I think they kept you going.
Absolutely. All year long, it was something, something else came up. We handled adversity all year long. We practiced on our field. We played our home games at Plattsburgh State's field, which is a beautiful field, but it's different when you don't practice on the same field day after day. We were able to get on it a few times for practice, but these guys, they definitely kept us going, and we were able to raise the bar. Every game we raised the bar, and they just responded.
You alluded to this fact earlier when you talked about getting together to talking about who was going to go against who for the winning game and so on. There is a lot of strategy to soccer, especially at this level.
There is. And the way that they came together as a group, you have 2 weeks of preseason, and the way they came, at the first game, was a little shaky for us, and then we started to bring things in and make things work together, and they took it from there, and we worked on the skills that we thought that we needed to get us to this level, and the conditioning, and they embraced it. They embraced what we were teaching them. They enjoyed it. I hope they enjoy. I know they did now. There were times where they weren't enjoying what we were doing, all the running and stuff. But now they know why. We ran teams off the field because they were in better shape. And that was
important. That's why I wanted to mention that aspect when the ladies were here, and they all agreed. Conditioning is a huge percentage of any winning team.
And to play 3 games back to back to back, you could definitely tell that we were the better conditioned team, especially against Texas on that Saturday to get to the championship game. We were running circles around them. And the other good thing about winning that game and being able to dominate it so much is we were able to rest a lot of players, so they were fresher for the championship game, and I think that made a big difference as well.
Well, you wrote another chapter in history, as I said, here this year, and you're writing a little history right here by virtue of this interview. And I hope you'll tell all the players, the other students and parents that this program and many others will be on hometown cable at plattsburgh.com on the internet, hometown-cable-network.com on the internet, as well as local cable channels. And it's nice that Calvin allows us to share this moment with the world.
Absolutely. It's great to have, I get nervous talking in front of a camera. I can talk to the girls, for 2 hours, and I'm okay with that, but to get in front of a camera. But it is important that we share it with the North Country, because the North Country is the reason why we're here. And I think that's important
I can't wait to see how many kids are going to be lined up next year saying, "Can I play for you?
Yeah, I hope so.
Dixon, can I play?"
We've already had at least 3 kids contact
Have
us
you
since
really?
then. So,
It's nice to pick and choose. Huh?
yeah, it is.
That's wonderful. Donna, thanks so much.
You're very, very
Again, and have a wonderful next season,
No,
too.
we will. We'll do our best.
And we found 2 more ladies. No, you don't have to figure out what to say. I'm the one that has to figure out what to say. I have the microphone. Who are you?
Chelsea LaRose.
And you are?
Morgan Rusi.
Just so pleased to meet you. When we were talking with everybody else, you were either nodding or shaking your head, so I know you either agreed or disagreed. But just before we forced you to come over here to say hi, how was it for you?
It was probably the most amazing experience of my life. So it was awesome.
You played high school soccer where?
Shazy.
Did you ever dream of this day? Did you ever
No.
think in your back of your mind, maybe we can win a national championship?
Not
When I was in
nationals.
high school, I was thinking Final Four, and
Yeah.
I was thinking that was
We've
big.
done the states, but we've never been able to go to nationals, so pretty cool.
This is, like I said before, this is a very tall ladder.
Yeah.
You know, what we were talking about just before Calvin hit that on button over there was what the weather. And Calvin said, boy, those people in Texas, from Texas must have been frozen, and they were, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were freezing.
I had to take my Under Armour off, but the girl I was against had a hat on, gloves, Under Armour, everything.
Yeah.
Now, we have, what do we got, about 46, 48 degrees in the North Country today, on the 10th day of November. How cold was it that day?
I think it was like 60, 61 there.
Come
Yeah,
on.
and sunny, yeah.
So you guys, shorts were fine,
Yeah.
no hats and gloves.
They were like complaining about the field conditions too, but I mean, we're used to it with our fields.
We just went to play.
You know, we talk about that in other sports, and you know, we watch football players. Some of us have played football in the snow in the past here in the North Country.
Wearing helmets.
Yeah, that too. Even baseball
Yeah.
in the snow. He mentioned Parishville. Donna mentioned somebody from Parishville.
Yeah, Brooke.
I played a baseball game in Parishville in a blinding snowstorm one time 100 years ago. But when you're playing at that level, right near the end of your season, you're not thinking about how cold it is or how hot it is. You're thinking about, please don't let me miss that next one.
Yeah, you're looking at the clock and you're like 19 minutes,
Your
18
adrenaline
minutes.
is running, so.
Adrenaline, I don't know how it stops running. I mean, after a big game like that, something we ought to talk about. Is it a huge letdown? What was it like on the bus coming home?
Oh. We couldn't stop saying like, oh, is this real?
Were you singing and chattering
We
and
did
talking?
not.
And
It just didn't click on
of
the
the
bus
girls
ride
were
home yet.
rapping.
Yeah.
you know, it's like I've interviewed many people who've done great things, fortunately. And they say for a little while, it takes a while for it to sink in.
Yeah, that's what
It
was.
still hasn't even fully sank in. Like,
Yeah.
But when people tell you, you are national champions, then the smile gets a little
Yeah.
bit broader.
Yeah.
And that's great, and it's a fabulous accomplishment. And it isn't, even though you have the most amazing ladies soccer coach in the world,
we did have a pretty
You
good
did.
coach.
it takes a community effort. By community, I mean the whole program,
The support.
the fans, the
family.
media. It's a whole package deal, isn't it?
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes a little magic. So somebody up there got to be helping,
I mean,
helping you
to
out.
even be quite honest, like the fact that almost every one of our parents came down to Maryland helped us.
Isn't that just-
Other teams didn't have that support, but my mom was there washing my uniform and getting everything together. We didn't have to worry about little things like that, like all the other teams did. We could just focus.
There's a lot to be said
Yeah.
for the dedication of parents in sports at any level. And I've watched this because I've written a lot over the years about the so-called Little League syndrome and had a lot of kids playing ball, you know, because my wife and I raised a lot of kids and, you know, 5 playing hockey at any time in the summertime. Everybody played ball somewhere.
Yeah.
And to try to make every game, if we could,
Yeah.
and talk about the games if people wanted to talk about the games when they're over. It's a lot easier when you win, though, isn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
it?
Yep.
So are you both sophomores or
No, we're both freshmen.
both freshmen? Oh, you are so lucky, darling. So I know where you're going to be next year.
Back on that field.
Great marks this winter,
Yep.
right? Do any of you play other sports? No? Oh, either one of you?
Thinking about softball though, coach.
Oh, wow.
See if I can do it.
Play
Why?
soccer year round.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, you certainly have to think about it all the time to be that good, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I can't even remember a year in my life where I haven't played soccer all year round for other club sports and stuff too. So
But I've never been on a team that has played so well together. I don't know, we just had a bond that
See, I
other
said
teams
magic
don't.
before, and there is magic when
Yeah,
you have
I
a
mean-
team like that. They call it chemistry, they call it divine providence, they call it a lot of things. It's a good old North Country air, too.
so, like, there's not really many times where everything just falls into place. And I mean, we started preseason August 16th. We've seen each other pretty much every day since then.
August 16th? You got to be kidding me.
That was the day we started with the beep test and everything.
Oh,
And I mean, we all just came together. I don't think there's really been any drama on the team, nothing at all like that. We were just
no
all
drama
got
queens
along.
at all?
I know, and
There is, but we don't bring
not
it
with
on the
each
soccer
other,
field.
at least.
You do what you do, what you do. And when it's time to play soccer, then you play soccer.
That's what we did.
I want to say something here and now. Before we started interviewing both of you girls, ladies, you said, I don't know what to say. You talk. No, you talk. You guys did great. I want to thank you so much for playing soccer and for being wonderful ladies. Have a great life, will you?
Thank you.
See you both later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I just wanted, Calvin and I both wanted just a little swipe of the finger down on the corner there where it says champions. That's the cake for today. What you're going to see next is the actual program planned for the North Country for these tremendous lady champions, national champion junior college soccer team from Clinton Community College. I thank you all for watching and supporting this program on Hometown Cable wherever you see it, and who knows where we're going to be next time after this for our little corner.